So bit of the week this week, we're going to talk about the Pelham bit. Now this one is one that's probably a lot of you have seen before. It's got a slight curve to the mouthpiece and it's a hard, solid bit. So it's got a steel core through the centre and then it's got the vulcanite rubber on the outside. So it's not bendy at all, it doesn't have any bend or give. Now Pelham bits work on what's called leverage. Now where we get the leverage from is from this length of shank here, which is below the mouthpiece. By fixing the bit in place with the use of a curb chain, and we pop the curb chain around here on the hook, by fixing the bit in place on the horse's jaw with the use of a curb chain, it creates a lever effect. So by pulling on the reins here, it increases the amount of pressure that's being applied to your horse's mouth through the mouthpiece, which is here, your pivot point. Now on a Pelham, it's roughly sort of 2 to 3 times the amount of pressure is being applied to your horse's mouth to what you actually have or feel in your hands. So it's really important that you understand this concept of leverage, that what you have in your hand as a rider is double or triple what your horse is actually feeling in the mouth. So ideally the idea is to do more with less. So you would perhaps ride with a lighter contact generally with a Pelham, give a really good sharp clear half halt or an aid through the reins and then release. Now I'll just show you how to correctly adjust the curb chain because obviously that is not how we do it. The curb chain is usually fixed on one side and it starts off looking a little bit like this, a jumbled up mess. What you need to do is when it's on your horse's mouth is take the curb chain and twist it. And twist it and twist it in the same direction until it becomes this lovely flat nice link curb chain. Now then you take it to the hook on the other side and then hook it on the hook on the other side. What you'll then find is that this curb chain is lying nice and flat underneath the curb groove and it's not lumpy and bumpy. This little extra hook here is for your lip strap and it should always be pointing backwards. So it should always be pointing sort of further up the horse's chin rather than pointing the other way down towards his mouth. Example of another Pelham, another rubber style, but this one is bendy. It has a steel core through the centre and then solid rubber on the outside. So it gives the mouthpiece a little bit of bend and give as the rider pulls on the reins. Can be a softer option for some horses. This one here is probably a more traditional port mouth stainless steel Pelham. This one here is a variation that probably not many people would have seen. It's a butterfly Pelham. So you can see from the cheek that we still have our 2 purchase points, our 2 rings here for the reins to attach to and the purchase point at the top. This is a little bit of a milder option again. You've got a little bit more movement here for your rein on here so you don't have quite the length of the shank this way. So this one can be used for driving but is also popular with the ponies as well. Now this example is what we call a show Pelham, a loose ring show Pelham. This is from Neuschuler. It's a really lovely design. It has the loose ring on the side here. Now where this may be of benefit is if you're using this bit for showing and you prefer to have the look of a double bridle but you're not confident in using a double bridle or your horse is not happy in the 2 bits, then this bit you actually attach to your bridle as if you had a double bridle. So your slip head will go here and your cheeks piece will go here and you'll still have your 2 reins attached on here. So for all intents and purposes this bit will give you the appearance of a double bridle while still having the nice simple single mouthpiece in there, which can be a little bit less complicated and easy for some riders to use. So there's a few variations on different cheeks and different styles of Pelham. Remember they are a leverage bit, and as with any leverage bit you are increasing the amount of pressure to the horse's mouth to what you have in your hand, and so they need to be used with a little bit more skill and thought from the rider.